opportunity to do that. Before you arrived, your sponsors were able to look at all of the designs and choose the artist that they wanted to sponsor and the design that each artist drew. They chose one. They also have tablets, so they were able to write down some questions that they may have for you about the designs. They were asked to ask about materials, technique, things as far as some of you have designs that you could do the design around the whole heart. Some of you might have designs where maybe they'd like to see one design on one side, one design on another. So you might get some of those questions, so be prepared. I do want to say thank you to all of the artists. This is really, really exciting for us at the Art Center. You missed our grand introduction, but in case you as an artist are not familiar with how this project started, I do want to introduce both Wandy Little, Kyle Whitley. Wandy got the idea from the Catskills in New York City. They do cats every year and have been doing that for about 10 years. Kyle Whitley was walking down Broad Street one day and saw a senior citizen sitting on a bench with a baseball cap for fishing, and it said, "Tamaqua, Little Town, Big Heart." So the two of them were talking one day, and they came up with the idea, why don't we do something in Tamaqua with fiberglass hearts as a collaborative public art initiative and involve the artists and our community to rally around. One of the objectives of Tamaqua Has Heart is to bring people from the outside in to see the transformation that this town has taken over the past 20 to 25 years. Anybody that has lived here their whole life will tell you that it has really boomed. A lot of changes here. We have the historic train station, we have Depot Square Park, we have a lot of the storefronts, the businesses have been painted and fixed up. There's a lot happening here, moving and shaking. We have the Art Center up the street. We have a group, Safer Streets for Tamaqua, with the Little Feets, who are attacking the issues that we're having with drug addiction in town and the deaths that have happened. We have Step Up Tamaqua, which is also helping with that. So there's a lot of good things that are happening in our community, and we want everybody to know about it. And we feel that this is a great way to bring people in and start conversations and dialogues. And as you looked at each of the artist submissions, I think we saw some very thought-provoking drawings, and it's going to help those conversations. The artists will take their hearts home tonight and within the next week. They have from now until the first week of May to design their heart. At that time, the hearts will be placed on poles that'll probably stand about this high, and the hearts will be scattered in front of key business locations, starting at the high-rise building down to the Elks. And so it's on a nice long walking path, foot traffic. Anyone can get from one end to the other to see these hearts. As a group of sponsors, as a group of artists, we're going to need your help to promote this project going forward for the next year. We want you to tell everybody that you know about this project. If you have not liked our Facebook page, and you have Facebook, please like the Tamaqua Has Heart Facebook page. There will be lots of information that will be shared there throughout the year. We want you to take it, share it, post it, invite somebody to the gala that will be held September 28th. All of you are invited. If you are a sponsor, depending on your sponsorship level, you've been given a key number of tickets to attend that gala. If you're an artist, of course, you are cordially invited as well to join us for the auction of those hearts. We're going to need your help to help promote that auction and to tell people near and far that your designs and the designs that you sponsored are now for sale. We want someone to buy them and take them and put them in their homes, in their towns, in their communities. How's that sound?
Great.
Yeah. All right. So, I would like to, we'll start over here. Paul Corinchuk. Paul? Hey, Paul. Come on over, Paul. And your sponsors, yes. Paul has done Pisanki art for quite a few years. He's done art classes at the Art Center teaching Pisanki. We're very honored that he is going to be doing a heart that represents the heritage of this area with his Pisanki art. So this is Paul, and these are his sponsors, Liz Corinchuk and Stephanie Johns. So if we could give them a round of applause. Get close for a picture.
Come on, sponsors.
Well, can you explain more about it?
Can I explain more about it?
A little bit?
Well, it has to do with Pisanki. That's what it's all about. Doing it for 40 plus years. So that's what the design is about. Eastern European Pisanki. That's all I have to say.
We would like this.
Not a few
You
words.
could really go into detail about all the designs, but
The sponsors were asked to tell everyone why they chose the specific design that they chose. So if you would like to share that now, please share that.
I
Go ahead, sponsors. It's all
All I could say is I've come in the kitchen, you're working, I left them.
We're
I just
actually
swapped.
struggling with two.
You're still struggling.
Struggling,
Okay.
We are,
yeah.
we're
All right.
thinking
So you did
front
say
or back
we
or
can,
vice
you get
versa.
split in half if we wanted to?
You can, yes, that
I
is
think that
something.
would
If the artist is able to split their design in half and do one design on one side and one design on the other, you can do that. That's something that you'll want to discuss with your sponsors. All right, so when we're done going around the room, you'll have an opportunity to talk more about that in detail. And then we'll make arrangements to get your hearts
All right. no
to your
problem.
home. Okay, next I have Suzanne Dalton. Where's Suzanne? Suzanne, come on up here. Suzanne's Heart is being sponsored by St. Luke's University Health Networks. They're not here tonight. They were unable to make it, but Maureen is on the board. We will ask Maureen if she'll kind of come up and represent St. Luke's.
We have the chairman of the board at the hospital here.
Yeah, come on.
Everybody come on up.
Here we are.
Maureen is also involved with L-Tri-C, and L-Tri-C has also sponsored a separate heart.
Close that shutter.
Oh, the lights. All right, so if Micah could, I know he was the one that selected the design, he'll tell you why he
This is an
chose it.
easy one. We're the St. Luke's Miners Hospital in Coaldale, Pennsylvania. So it's very easy that we selected the Miners Heart that Sue designed, and Suzanne did a wonderful job. And we really think it's a nice design that would fit in on any of our locations as well. So when you're the Miners Hospital in Coaldale, you pick a Miners Heart. We were founded by the miners in 1910, and so it's a nod to our heritage.
Get together for a picture.
Don't stand in front of me.
Where do you want me?
This is important. There you go.
Suzanne's artwork in the gallery.
Yeah, everybody come over to the Tamaqua Art Center.
What?
I have my artworks displayed there this month.
Hey, you want it too? Thank you.
And I think it's important to realize that healthcare, because of what is going on right now, is really a part of the heart of our community. And that's why St. Luke's is so important to our community. We have been here, past, present, and the future. And that is why this is important to us as an organization and as your healthcare system. So we thank you all for being part of this.
Okay, Maureen and Sloan.
Thank you.
Okay, our next artist, John McCoy. Come on over, John. John's Heart is sponsored by the William H. Fagley family. Flossie Fagley and her children have sponsored this heart. They were unable to be here this evening, but they had already pre-decided that they would sponsor John's Heart. They have chosen the top one, which is rose quartz, so if you would like to talk a little bit about that design.
Okay, well, I'm an artist and designer, and when I saw the heart, I thought how beautiful, because I work with rocks mainly, and if it was covered with 2 quartz, I would drill holes all through it, and put one larger hole so we could put a light bulb in, and have a nice pink glow. It'll transform the light really nice, and just have a nice warm, glowing feeling. The pink makes a very nice glow, and it looks very pink. So.
I do want to thank Lynn Meadows. Lynn could not be here tonight. Amanda, if you want to come in for this picture with John, please.
Yeah, she actually emailed me and says very nice things that she couldn't make
Yeah.
it, but she's down in Maryland, I think.
Lynn came to the Art Center for an art class with her mother. They came to a cake decorating class. And we had the heart with the hands, the community heart, in our lobby, and they saw it. And when they left, her mother said to her, "We need to know what that's about. We have to find out what's going on with that." So she reached out to Wandy, and she said to Wandy, "Tell me about this heart project, what's going on?" And at that phase of the project, we were really struggling for sponsors. And we were a little worried if we were going to be able to launch it. And Lynn Meadows told Wandy, "Don't you worry. This is an important project, and I'm going to make sure everybody knows how important that this project is." And it was with Lynn's help and her promotion and her word of mouth that helped the project to success. And so I think Wandy now has a lifelong friend with Lynn, doesn't she? She does. She's a lifelong friend with Lynn.
How are you
She's
doing?
a
Keep me in
wonderful
the loop.
woman. So we're very, very grateful to Lynn for really pushing behind this project and getting people on board. So I didn't want to go throughout the night without mentioning that. All right, we have our next artist, Kevin Smith. Kevin's heart is sponsored by a group collaborative, and we have Jay and Gloria Hollenbach. Jay and Gloria is still here. Here they are. Come on over. This is your artist, Kevin.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
So now we get to put you on the spot. If you'd like to share what it was about the design that you chose that made you want to have that on the heart.
We liked all three of them. I personally like the top one. I love butterflies. I love the life cycle of the butterfly. I do it with my preschool kids at work. And but then we kind of came down here and decided with the prayer angels, the colors.
So you like the idea of the prayer and the colors. Okay, all right, wonderful. So you'll have time after we get through to talk about the design and some key things about it. So thank you very, very much.
A little closer.
Yeah.
You wanna?
Sure. This is Willow Smith.
Willow likes the one on the top.
Ah, okay.
She told me.
All right. All right, we're gonna come over here. This is the Tamaqua Middle School with teacher Kim Woodward and her students, and I'm gonna let her introduce each of the students that are with her tonight and talk a little bit about the students and what their designs are. Their sponsors are the class of 1978, which is Mary Kay Snyder and Kathy Merridier. You want to say it wrong? Come on over, ladies.
These are all 8th grade artists. They're going to be called the Heart Club, and they're going to be coming in on study halls or after school. David Hall, McKenna Miller, Rachel Hinkle, Natalie Hydra, Molly Murphy, Jess Kozak, Leah Maniak. And there's other students as well that couldn't make it. But we're going to be working on this during our class. And we're going to promote patriotism and a united American world.
Can I have half of you on one side, the other half the other side?
Please pull their sponsors in with
Thank
them
you.
as well.
If you're tall, you can be in the back. Actually, if you're tall, you're in the back. You're in the back. You're in the back. You're in the front. I'm not picking on you, but you're in the back.
Andy, do you need anybody to kneel? Can they kneel in front of it?
No, I'm going to dress this on.
That'll be fine.
All right, ready? On 3, you're in the back. So sneak back or something. Make it go faster, you know what I mean? You can get a little closer. On 3, ready? And when I'm done, stay where you are when I'm done, please. On 3, 1. A little closer. 1, 2. Ooh, wow, you're... I'll make it work. With the flash. 1 second. Last time. And really quick. You can move over this way. You can move that way. I'm going to do more, even more. I couldn't see your face. Okay, that's good. I was tall. She looks like I'm not tall.
I'm not tall enough. Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Thanks.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I would like for the ladies to talk about why they chose the Freedom Heart.
Okay. Well, first of all, we chose the group because it's a class. So we're representing the class of 1978, and they're representing the class of 2021. And we love them both. They're so colorful, and they're clearly kids, and they're clearly kids' expression of really great sentiments. So we chose the Freedom Heart just because there were a lot more references to the concept. And we just love that it was really the kids' view of what freedom means. And they have so many elements there that are just terrific. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to draw your attention to this side of the room. I would like Susan Sidoriak. This one's very special to me because Susan and I grew up together from little kids. Susan lived on Arlington Street, I lived on Broad Street, we were playmates. So it's really exciting to me to have Susan come back to her hometown. She lives in Collegeville, she has her own business, and so I'm very excited. So I'd like you to Bring your sponsors. Where are your sponsors? It is this class. Yes, come over. So we also have sponsors here from another class. This is the class of 1992. We have Dan Odorizzi, we have Missy Emershek, and we have Lori. It's
Hudak. I was going to Whetstone.
I want to say Whetstone.
Whetstone, right?
So I will have you talk about why you chose the designs that you chose.
We were excited first and foremost that Susan was also a graduate of Tamaqua, and so as alumni we were drawn to that. We feel we're very blessed to have graduated from Tamaqua, and we're proud of that, and so we're happy to support one of our alumni. Also, when we looked at this, at the heart and the different photos, we could name them all, and so that was a very sentimental feeling, and we liked that we could identify where the pictures from where they were taken. So we appreciated that part of the design. It was a sentimental feeling that I think we all felt. And we'd also like to thank the class of 1978 for throwing the challenge out there. It was because of you that we decided to step on board, so thank you for doing that.
All right, we're going to keep moving along.
A picture?
Everybody move.
Picture? Picture? Thank you.
A little closer.
Let's stay there.
Susan, did you want to talk about the design? About what were your thoughts and feelings in it?
Well, I mean, not being from town at this point, when I come back home, which isn't often, I think I'm a graphic designer and photographer, and I think I see things a little differently than everybody else does that walks around town every day here. So, I mean, I see beauty in things that maybe I didn't see growing up here. So, that's what this whole thing's going to be about. I am going to go through the town and photograph things that you might walk past every day that I see very clearly, and I'm going to collage them all together and see what happens.
Thank you. One more picture. Move your left and right. On three. 1, 2, and again 1, 2.
So fast. All right, our next artist is Joe Ivanowski. Joe, come on up here. Joe has done a lot of things at the Arts Center over the years. He's volunteered his time. He's hosted an art gallery show. He is known in the local area as the coal mining artist. And his sponsors are Mike and April Del Barello. So come on over, and I'd like you to talk about your choice.
Cyan Sky Copiers, so people think about cyan, and if you're an artist, you know that's a color. And we actually got involved in the area with the exit of Klingemans from the area, and WB Mason buying them. We hired their technician, and boom, we had a lot of customers in this area, you know, and we've been doing a lot of service work, selling equipment to the Arts Center and a lot of other businesses locally. Likewise, I live in West Penn Township. Okay, I've been working in the Lehigh Valley. I was born and raised down there. But I was sharing with Joe, I was immediately drawn to this because I came up here to Mauch all the time for the train rides. And through the years, like a lot of you experienced where, as a kid, I used to come up and say, ooh, that's a dirty town. And I've seen the transformation, you know, in the past 25 years that I've lived here. You know, I'm proud to tell people where I'm from now. And my kids were all born and raised, went to Tamaqua High School, graduated. And I immediately see it as the heritage. You know, Tamaqua was the epicenter almost of coal and, you know, the Industrial Revolution, how it was powered by that. And, you know, any place you go, you say Tamaqua and they know where you're from. They'll come up with the same thing. Oh, Libby's Restaurant's right down the road. And hopefully that opens up again shortly. But I was immediately drawn to that, and seeing the coal miners, I wasn't so involved with that as a young man. As I moved up here, I've gotten a lot more involved, seeing a lot of the history that's taken place here. And I just think it's a perfect representation of what our town is. And you see that train station for all the people that come up and down 309, and it's just it's a diamond, you know, sitting right here in our own backyard. And I just think it's a great privilege to be involved with everybody and with the town here in this endeavor.
Joe, would you like to talk about your design?
Being from the coal region, I have a lot of pride in the roots and the history of our area, and I started this many years ago when I was taking some graduate drawing courses at Kutztown University. The professor told me he wanted us to draw 3 pictures of something you always put on the back burner and never got to do. And I always wanted to do something with our anthracite roots. So the first picture I did was I called Generations, with it to show the miner and his family, and then I continued from there. And he really liked it, and told me to use charcoal, and I do a lot of charcoal sketching. I don't know if I'm going to attempt this with charcoal or if I'm going to use acrylic paint on this because of the substance, the fiberglass. But I'm so proud of our roots and our heritage in this area, and I just wanted to carry on, because a lot of the young people today do not know how these people suffered for pennies a day working in the mines. And also the railroad and coal were just, you know, husband and wife together in this area. And I wanted to, since the train station was complete, like he said, it's a diamond for this area. I wanted to do something with the trains also. So that's what I came up with.
Okay, thank you.
Move to your left a little bit. Some. 1, 2. And last one for me.
Thank you. Our next artist, Kim East. Kim is a volunteer at the Art Center. She has a mosaic studio. She's been with us for almost 3 years. She did the mosaic design on the front of our building and also did the mosaic tiles that are found in the sidewalk that was placed in the spring. So we're also very honored that Kim has artwork here on display. Her sponsor is the Times News. How are you going to take pictures and talk?
That's why I have
I tried.
Marta, can you talk about the design that you chose?
Sure. We chose this design, again, because of the heritage. The Times News is all about documenting the history of the region, and this just the cold-hearted, warm-hearted. It was just amazing, and we can't wait to see it in bits of coal and mosaic and in life size. So we were just really just impressed. I'm impressed with Tamaqua and the history and the coal mining and the community involvement, and so we're just really so proud to be involved in it.
Okay, now move closer. I ran out of film.
You're going to break the camera.
It sticks sometimes. I have to get forward to look at it. You go ahead.
While Kathy's working
Ready?
on the camera.
1.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, my bad. 1, 2. Last one.
Kim, would you like to talk about your design?
Well, I was thinking about the miners and how they, like as Joe had said, they suffered to keep you warm. So I was thinking cold-hearted is warm-hearted because they're the ones that are responsible for you being able to refill your furnaces and keep warm all winter. So a lot of people forget about that. And there's a lot of people in this region that had fathers, grandfathers, and that were miners, and we had just been talking about it in the art group, so that came to mind from that.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to bring your design out. Come out this way, because I want people to be able to see it. Our next design is by the high school, and this is by the graphic arts classes, and Lori Remmel, who is their teacher and instructor. And their sponsors are the Schaefer's Pharmacy family. Come on over, Lee and Jackie. Would you like to talk about what led you to choose their design?
Okay, actually Ben and I were here, and
so Lee wasn't here to pick up the wood, so Lee had no choice.
I'm banning
Basically,
One of us had to be working.
I noticed this involves photography. He's one of his hobbies is photography. He's had a lot of award-winning photographs published in magazines, and since I'm a former teacher too, I'm always promoting the arts in schools, and I'm so thankful that Tamaqua High School is one of the schools that is keeping the arts in the schools when a lot of schools are cutting their music and art programs. I really like their designs.
Thank you. Lori, Xavier, Daniel, you want to talk about your design?
Sure. This year in photojournalism, or not photojournalism, photo one, yeah. We learned about the many different techniques you could use to produce photos, and one of the coolest techniques we learned is rayographs, which basically you go into the darkroom, you grab photosensitive paper and you expose it to light and you put objects on top of the paper, so it comes out a really cool black and white stark contrast photograph. I think it's really cool that we have the darkroom and that we have all the art programs that we have at our school, and I think without them I wouldn't be the way I am today. And that's basically just what this project symbolizes, what we are as students and how we develop over the years, and how it's easy to be critical about this town, but once you grow up in it, you really understand how it molds you and shapes you into a good person.
So I asked my Photo 1 classes to take an object that they felt symbolized their high school experience, and so they exposed their one object in the darkroom, and we'll be using those to cover our art with.
Did you get your pictures?
Not yet.
Not yet?
We need to get all closer together.
Is Lee, he left already, you guys?
Lee is
I mean, not Lee.
Ben left.
I'm reading that. I know who he is. Let's bring him.
This is Lee. This is Lee.
We traded places.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Nope, I need to get him.
One more?
Hold on. Reflection on the glass. And again. Sorry. Somebody keeps picking their nose. I gotta edit that out of them.
All right, we're gonna push this one back, we're gonna pull up the next one. Our next design is Lori Reynolds. Lori is an artist. In addition to being a teacher, she does her own art studio over at the Walk-In Art Center in Schuylkill Haven. And so these are Lori's designs, and her sponsor are the Barbershop Chorus out of Monterey City. Coincidentally though, they do their practice at the Art Center. And we've had them there for about 4 years. About 4 years. So they've been with us. Come on over, Rich and Al, and talk to Lori about the design that you chose.
Well, the Monterey City Barbershop chapter is just part of an international group of a cappella singing. And what I liked is when I read the description, how the artist said she'd take pictures of the old and overlay them with the new. And that's just exactly what our society is trying to do. Our society was formed in 1938 out of people getting together and using music as a basis of joining together and having fun. It was a tough time. Just like we talked about with the coal region here and our miners and what they went through. Same thing. So it's taking, now we're, as a society, we're looking at the a cappella music, since that's starting to be very big and popular in college and in high school, and how that's a change. And I like the idea of taking the old and overlaying the new as a concept for our art. Thank you.
Lori, did you want to talk about your design?
Sure. Like Susan, I feel like I do see the world through a lens of beauty, and sometimes I see something, the light shining through the blades of grass, and I think it's so beautiful that I want to ingest it, but all I can do really is take pictures. And so sometimes when I look at things, I think of the bigness and the smallness of everything and how it kind of overlaps. And then when I was thinking about this project, I thought that same thing about landscape and how we can overlap the new landscape over top of the old landscape and see the beauty in all of it and the change.
Thank you.
Sing cheese.
Oh, sorry, sorry, you're looking at me.
I wasn't looking at you.
No, it's you. You, I feel bad.
Oh, that's all right. You can't get everybody looking exactly the way you want them to anyway. Okay.
Yeah, ready? On three, ready? One, 2. I like the Fabio. That's a funny one. Yeah, look at me. Don't everyone look at me then. One, 2, and again. Thank you very much.
No, I'm blind.
I'm bad.
And our last, I guess that was it. That was the fun ones we already did. All right. So as you can see, we are really fortunate. We have a great group of artists, a wide variety of talents, people who have lots of different ideas and designs, and I'm very, very excited about it. So I think that'll be the conclusion of my part. I'm not going to talk too much more other than to tell you that we do have a heart sculpture over here. It's blank. You are welcome to get your pictures taken over there with your sponsor, with your artist, with your spouse, with your friends. Please do that. Share them. And the artists, before you leave, please make sure that you stop and see me so that we can discuss how you'll get your heart to where you're taking it to. Other than that, please share in refreshments, have some drinks, and just enjoy the rest of the evening. Okay? So thank you.
Thank you.